Yo, happy Good Friday. I hope you're doing good. Coach LT is here. I have a very important message for you today about discovering your true authentic voice as an author, right? So some of you might be like, well, I'm not an author yet. Should I be thinking about this stuff? Absolutely. You might be like, well, I'm still in the process of writing my manuscript. It's not quite done yet. Is this a conversation for me? Absolutely. You might be like, well, I've already written 4 books, so I'm kind of experienced already. Is this conversation for me? Yes, it's absolutely for you. If you are the kind of person who you dream about yourself being on stage, talking, selling your book. You dream about yourself making an impact and helping other people transform their lives. If that's something that you want to do, then this conversation is absolutely something that you should be listening to right now. If you are here with me live, go ahead and just type, hey, I'm here with you live. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much, replay people. I love my replay crew. Just put in hashtag replay. It's Friday night. I know some of y'all got your weekend going already. So here's what I want. Here's what I want to know. If you are in the process of becoming an author right now, I want you just to put in the comments, writer, okay? Because before you become an author, you're a writer. So I want you to put writer. That way I know who you are, what you're doing. If you're already an author, you already have a book published and it's on the market, I want you to write the word author, okay? If you are in the process of trying to figure out how to get more money for your books, how to get more sales, I want you to type in the comments, sales. I want some more sales. All right. So, so either you're a writer, you're an author. If you're an author and you want more sales, put author and sales, because we're going to talk a little bit about sales too. Now, I dug deeper the other day when I was on here talking about marketing and talking about sales and talking about branding. So you are going to want to go to my YouTube channel and you're going to want to check out basically all my videos. They're all good, but the most recent one, I think it was yesterday, I produced and it talked specifically about marketing and sales and branding. Today, we're going to talk about your true authentic voice, which is kind of related to marketing and sales and branding, but really not. Like, this is a big umbrella. This encompasses a lot. And so I really want you to lean in and listen and pay attention to this, because for those of you that are just starting out on your journey, this is actually a really good place to be. And this is the reason why I pour into first-time authors, because I want you to set yourself up the right way from the beginning. So that's why I'm always pouring into my first-time authors. So let me go ahead and put up my YouTube channel right here so you guys can see it. There you go. Subscribe. Go to YouTube. Type in Your First Book 101. You'll see my face and hear my voice. Latasha Jimerson, and I want you to subscribe, and I want you to also look at the videos and share the videos with your friends and family members who you know have a story and they want to get it out. All right, so let's talk about this, discovering your true authentic voice. This is something that is so important, and I didn't realize it. I didn't realize this until, what is this? It was 2017 when I produced my first book, 2017, and this is 2024. So 7 years ago, seven was it 4 years ago, Abraham Lincoln said. Let me get back on track. So I want to talk about your true authentic voice. So let me look up these words, and I'm going to give you the definition of these words. I'm a wordsmith. So here we go. If you go to Google and you look up the word true, okay, true, adjective, adverb, and verb. Okay, so let's look at the adjective. True, in accordance with fact or reality, a true story. Accurate or exact, it was a true depiction. That's an adjective. Here's the adverb. Truly. Hobson spoke truer than he knew. Accurately or without variation. Verb. Bring an object, wheel, or other construction into the exact shape, alignment, or position required. The bench sander is ideal for truing up faces of timber. Okay, so true in this sense, the way I'm using it, it means what is true to you. So your truth, okay? Let me go on to the next word that I want to look up. The next word is authentic. So what does authentic mean? Authentic is of undisputed origin or genuine. The letter is now accepted as an authentic document. Okay. So it's of undisputed origin, genuine. Okay. So think about your true, authentic voice. Okay. Now let's go to voice. Voice is now, we've got a noun and we've got a verb. So the noun is, it's the sound produced in a person's larynx and uttered through the mouth as speech or song. His voice is hoarse. A particular opinion or attitude express, a dissenting voice. All right, that's noun. Let's go to the verb. Verb is express in words. Get teachers to voice their opinions on important subjects. Voice means to utter, resonance, vocal cord. He is unable to voice the G sound. Okay, so voice is you speaking up. Now let's talk about identity. Okay, here's identity. Identity, the fact of being who or what a person or thing is. He knows the identity of the bombers. Okay, the characteristic determining who or what a person or thing is. Attempts to define a distinct Canadian identity. Okay. Of an object, serving to establish who the holder, owner, or wearer is by bearing their name and often other details such as a signature or photograph. Modifier noun, identity, an identity card. Number 2, a close similarity or affinity. The initiative created an identity between the city and the suburbs. All right. So identity is who you are. So let's connect truth, authentic, and voice. Okay. But before we do that, I'm going to go to author. What is an author? Okay. There's a noun and there's a verb. So here's the noun. Author, a writer of a book, a writer of an article, or a writer of a report. He is the author of several books on the subject. Someone who writes books as a profession. The writings of a professional author. I had to read authors I disliked. An originator or creator of something, especially a plan or an idea. The authors of the peace plan. The originator, the creator. All right, look at the word verb. Look at the word author as a verb. Author, third person present. Authors, past tense. Authored, past participle. Authored. Gerund or present participle. Authoring. Be the author of a book or piece of writing. She has authored several articles on wildfire. Be the originator of. Create. The concept has been authored largely by insurance companies. Okay, so now let's put all these words together now. I wanted to break it down so you can get a sense of each individual word and its meaning and its use. Okay, so discovering your true, authentic voice as an author. This is what sets you apart from everybody else. Okay? I'm getting excited now. My head is itching and my face is tingling because I'm getting excited. I'm about to blow y'all away with this conversation. This is something I've been just working on. I've been working on this for a long time. Okay. So When you become an author, it is so important that you just don't focus on the book. It is so important that you focus on who you are. Your entire being is important. Okay. When you become an author, you have to think about what it is that you do different from everybody else, right? What is it that you do different from everybody else? How do you talk? How do you walk? How do you move through life? What's the energy like when you're in the room, right? How do people feel? How do people experience you? What do they say? What are the words that describe you? You need to pay attention to this because this is all a part of your essence. What do you smell like? Right? Like your energy has an aroma. Who are you? That's what you have to understand before you put yourself out here as an authority, before you put yourself out here as somebody who knows something about a specific topic. You have to think about what it is that you bring to the world that nobody else brings to the world. Okay. I'll give you an example for me. For me, I have always been very curious. And I've always asked a lot of questions. And I've always been really interested in learning and growing and talking and listening and being a part of a community. Like I've always wanted to know what makes people do the things they do. Hence, I studied psychology in college, right? I've always wanted to know, what is it that makes people interact the way they do, right? Like how is it? How do people live? Like I always want to know music, culture, language, like dance, art. I've always been all into that. I'm a humanitarian, right? But I'm also a wordsmith. And so my words are so powerful. I could send an email or a text to someone and it'll have them feeling some type of way. And now I didn't know this in the beginning when I was little. I have studied myself. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. You have to study. And you don't just have to study the subjects in school. You got to study who you are, boo. Who are you? So for me, I create safe spaces where people can open up and be themselves, right? Are you that kind of person where you walk into a room and all of a sudden people just start walking up to you, just telling you their personal business? You're like, I don't really want to hear that. It's like, that was oversharing. But I've learned that people are okay with oversharing with me because they know I'm not going to judge. I'm not a judgmental person. I'm not a critical person. I'm an honest person, but I'm not brutally honest. I do like to hear what is on your heart and on your mind, but I will not press you for information. I'm not that kind of person. I will create an environment where it is safe. It is an atmosphere that I've heard some of the people that come visit me back in the day, when they would come visit me at my house, they would say, "Oh, this is such a cozy place." It's my energy is such that I am completely content in my own skin. I am completely content in my own body, mind, and soul. I'm tapped into what God wants me to do. And I'm very independent. And so when people come around, they feel a sense of, oh, she's not trying to get anything from me. She's not trying to judge me. Oh, okay. So I can just be who I be. That's the type of person I am. I'm just going to let you be who you be. And I expect the same thing. Let me be who I be. Right? And so this is who I am as a human being. It's who I am as a teacher. It's who I am as a mother. And so it's who I am as an author. And so when you come into this world of authorship, right? When you come into this space, I need you to be real clear about who you are and what you bring to the table. And if you're able to articulate to the world who you are, what you bring to the table, you're going to be very successful because you have to let people know who you is and who you ain't. And I see a heart. Thank you, Facebook, for the heart. Who is it though? I can't see. It doesn't tell me the name. Who is it there? Who art there? And so when we talk about true and authentic voice, I actually created a journal for you guys. Oh, Antoinette. Hey, beautiful queen. I'm so glad you're in here. I created a journal for you guys because there's a lot of people that don't know who they are, don't know their own voice. And so here's what I want you to do. I want you to get out a journal and I want you to start journaling. Because honestly, I've been in therapy for 20 years. I've been journaling for 10 years. I stopped for a while and then I just started again. And I want you to know that when you journal every single day, you can go back and read your ideas and your words. Those are things that God gave you. So you need to keep lots of journals. Raise your hand if you have at least 5 journals somewhere around your house. Some of y'all got boxes of journals. I know because I've been to authors' houses and I've seen boxes. Like you don't need that many. You need probably like one from this year, one from last year, and one from the year before. So you only need like 3. Because you want to know like what is up to date? Who are you now? Right? And so it's so important for you to have a sense of your own authentic voice so that when someone comes and presents you with an opportunity, you can say no. There's so many opportunities out here in the world, right? It's very easy for me when I see people coming into my DMs and they're trying to get me to do this or do that. Who's got their hands up? Thank you for putting your hands up. Is that Antoinette? Thank you, Antoinette. I appreciate you. When somebody jumps into my DM, and they're trying to proposition me for something, I already know what I'm about and what I'm not about. So it's easy for me to say no, report, block, delete. Thank you. If I'm not interested and I tell you I'm not interested and you keep going forward, that's going to be a report, a block, and delete. So if you find out you got reported, it was probably from me. Again, if you are somebody who's trying to date and you're in my DM, that's not what I'm here for. No. So you're going to get reported, blocked, and deleted. That's it. Because I know who I am and I know who I'm not. I know what I'm here for and I know what I'm not here for. I know what I'm going to tolerate. I know what I'm not going to tolerate. And so it doesn't take me long to make a decision. I make decisions like this. I don't have to think long. I don't have to think long and hard about too many things in my life because I know what my purpose is. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm from. And I know exactly what needs to be done because I pray and I meditate and I walk forward. I don't operate in fear. I operate in faith and I move forward every step of the way. If one of you guys is out there, if you're afraid right now, if you're in the valley of decision and you're trying to figure out whether to go left or go right, I'm gonna make your decision real quick right now. I'm gonna make your job real easy right now. Every time you become fearful, you're facing a decision and you don't know what to do, just remember, you're either operating out of faith or fear. That's it. Think of it that way. Are you operating out of faith or fear? And if you're operating in fear, don't forget that there's always a ram in the bush. There's always a ram in the bush. You just can't see it because you're too focused on, am I the sacrifice? Am I the sacrifice? No. The Lord shall provide a sacrifice. There's always a ram in the bush. Stop being scared and move forward. You're either going to operate in fear or you're going to operate on faith. Those are your two options. So the next time somebody jumps into your DM with an opportunity that you're not looking for, you can say no. And if they keep going, then you can report, block, and delete. Done. End of discussion. That's the end of it, right? So let's get back into this true, authentic voice. So one of the things is sometimes we get confused and we get scared and we get nervous because we have a lot of stuff in our head. Sometimes you sit down and you try to go to sleep and you're like, what is all this stuff going around in my head? Like, what is this? You know what it is? It's your mama's voice. It's your daddy's voice. It's your cousin's voice, your grandpappy's voice, your uncle's voice, your teacher's voice, your coach's voice, the professor's voice, the pastor, the preacher, the minister, the Sunday school teacher, the person who volunteered, the crossing guard at the school, whoever is in your head, your husband's voice, your wife's voice, your children's voices, whoever is in your head the most, you're going to hear their voice. And so it's so important that you sit in a room and you quiet yourself down. Where's my headset? I'm going to tell you I'm going to show you what I do every day. This is what I do every day. I sit down with a journal. Y'all need to do this. Get a journal. Sit down. Put on your headset. Start journaling so that you can stop hearing everybody else's voice. You only need to hear your voice and the voice of God. And guess what? If you don't get quiet and you don't sit still, you're not going to hear from your creator. So you need to sit down. You were created by a creator for the purpose of creating. And if you ain't creating, you dying. So sit down, be quiet, get your journal and start writing. And after you fill up that journal, get another journal and fill it up. And you're going to have so many words in that journal. You're going to be like, ooh, I'm brilliant. You and God, you plus God equals brilliant. You're going to be like, oh, these ideas, look at these ideas. Wow, I got this, I got this. Yes, and that's what's going to end up being your book. That's what ended up being my book. When I finally sat down and shut my mouth in 2015, 16, 17, when I sat down and shut up, that's when the Holy Spirit gave me all of the downloads I needed to put together my memoir and put it out on the market and start this whole party. I didn't know I was going to be sitting here talking about this. I didn't know I was going to be going live on my YouTube channel. What? I was afraid of social media. I was afraid of anything. I was afraid of my shadow back in 2016. I was just afraid of everything. Constantly nervous, thinking I had like imposter syndrome, thinking people was going to think I was a phony or something. I went through so much therapy, man. You can't even tell me nothing. I've been to so many therapists. It's not even funny. But one thing I do know is I know my voice. I know God's voice. I know what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm not supposed to be doing. That's where the boldness and the confidence comes in. So if you don't have a journal and you need a journal with prompts to prompt your thinking, you can get my journal. I just raised it from $8 to $10 because it's no longer on special. It's a 30-day journal for you to sit down. It has writing prompts. It has lines in it. It has boxes for you to draw pictures. I have all kinds of ways to pull ideas out of you and to get you to understand your true authentic voice. It's a journey. It's a 30-day journey. And at the end of that process, you will finally hear your own true authentic voice as an author. So if you need to get that journal, raise your hand and type journal, and I'll send you the link to get it. Now, for those of you, you've been journaling for years, you already know how this works. You need to get your book out. You need to get your book out. You need to stop being pregnant with your book for 12 years like me. I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you what you need to hear. I'm saying what you need to know. I'm not judging you. I'm not criticizing you. No judgment, because it took me 12 years to get it together. I had a book idea in me in 2005 and I didn't let it come out. So you need to let it come out. Okay. And here's the other thing. This is what else you need to know. For those of you that have a book and you're like, you probably got multiple books and you're like, you know what? I have these books, but I'm not making any money. That's a problem. Okay, let me just tell you, that's a problem. So if you have a book out on the market and you're not making any money, you don't even know how much money you're making, but you know it ain't enough, you need to come see me. Especially those of you that you want to be a full-time writer, full-time author, speak on stage. You're tired of punching somebody else's clock. You want to be your own boss. Well, you better figure out your own true authentic voice first, and then you can be your own boss. You want multiple streams of income? You better come see me. You better come see me, because this is what I do. I help my clients get themselves published first. Okay, we get all that stuff out of your head so you can get published first. And then the next thing we do is we create a whole brand for you and get you branded so that you can start making some sales. And we teach you how to sell through the art of marketing and promoting and advertising. We teach you that. So you need to come see me. I have a whole team of professionals that are ready to get your whole life in order. So if you are somebody and you're like, all right, I'm tired of trying to get people to buy this book and like telling people and nobody's buying and I don't understand what's going on. Get educated. You need to study marketing, study sales, study branding, study advertising. Use Google, use YouTube. You need to give yourself a little education, and then you need to hire a coach so you can be guided. Because the thing is, you could get all the information you want, but if you take the wrong action, you're going to be lost. You're going to be even more lost than you were before. So get into my world. If you know you need support with this, get into my world, drop a comment that says, hey, please help me, because I'm here to help you. I have a program. It's called the Author Identity Program. It's where I help you get your entire life right. Whatever's in your book and in your message and in your heart, I help you get that out and bring it into the world and make multiple streams of income from doing that. That's what you need. You need to stop bumping your head trying to figure it out by yourself. You're never going to do anything by yourself except stay where you already are. You've mastered the art of staying where you are. So if you're trying to get something you never had, you need to become someone you've never been. And so that's why I'm here sharing this with you, because this is what I do. This is what I've done for myself. It's what I've done for other people. You could just look at all my social media, look at my testimonials. They're everywhere. You can Google my name. I'm everywhere. Do your homework, do your research, find out about me. Find out about me. I was on a call today and I had to tell the person, you need to go do your homework and find out who I am. That's what you need to do. Because when you find out who I am and you understand what I can do for you, you will not hesitate. You will not vacillate. You will not procrastinate, because that's not what we do in my world. We get it done. Write your first book in 90 days or less with minimal stress, fast track. That's what we do. That's what my authors do. We fast track. So you can get to the cash. Get to the cash money as soon as you can, because you've spent a lot of time and energy. You've put a lot of your mind, body, and soul into that book. Now it's time to get paid. You ready? Let's go. Come into my world, fill out an application, come into my interview room, and we are going to talk about getting you into my author identity program. It is the program that you need to succeed if you are trying to build a brand. I had to do this stuff by myself. I did the entire process by myself. As soon as I found out that I was a brand, I was like, oh, hell, I got to get branded. So I did all of this. I created my own website with my own two hands because I could, and I wanted to see, can I do it? Yes. I published 8 books, 6 of them on my own, 2 of them as a part of collaborations. Sold my books on my own personal website, created multiple online courses, enrolled people into my courses, taught them how to do what I do, and now they're on teaching other people how to become book coaches and how to become authors and how to become speakers on stage with your book selling in the back. That's what I do. So if you want multiple streams of income with your book and you want to be out in the forefront, you're finally ready to get on stage, you're tired of hiding, you're like, all right, I'm accepting my voice, I'm accepting my identity, I know who I am, I'm ready. Raise your hand. I'll send you the link to get the application so you can apply. There's an interview process and there's an investment. And as soon as you come through, we will make a decision as to whether or not this program is for you. I don't work with a whole bunch of people per year. I have a handful of people that I work with every year, and that's all I need to succeed. I don't need 10,000 clients. I prioritize my peace. I work with the people who are ready. I don't work with people who are not ready. If you ain't ready, you need to go on YouTube and you need to look at my videos. There's hundreds of videos there for you to get yourself ready. If you ain't ready, go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook, go to Twitter, go to TikTok. All my content is out there. Go to Google. Go study. When you ready, come back, raise your hand, get the application, fill it out, fill the questionnaire out completely. Don't leave nothing blank. Some of y'all forget, I'm a high school history teacher by trade. I taught English and history and psychology and finance. Don't come in here leaving an application halfway blank. I'm not doing that. When I ask you a question, answer it directly. Don't take me all around the mulberry bush. We ain't doing that. Let's get it done. Be real. Do you know your voice? Do you have a voice? Do you need help discovering your voice? The best answer I love to get is when you just don't know. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Can you help me? Can you guide me? I can work with that. I can't work with somebody who's like, oh, I already know that. Oh, yeah, I already know that. And constantly trying to overtalk me. No, we're not doing that. If you know everything, go do everything. Obviously, you don't know everything because you're still where you're at. So if you know that you need support, you're an author, you're ready to finally get some sales and dust off the books, let's go. Raise your hand. I'll drop the application. We will get you on my calendar. We'll do an interview and we'll make a decision about where to go from there. You have a beautiful, amazing Good Friday. Happy Easter. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you. See ya later. Bye.